Welcome back to the Intersint podcast. This is episode 28.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, we should just get it off.
Let's just address this real quick.
The elephant in the room, I guess. It's going to be a weird next couple episodes.
Yeah.
Probably.
Maybe.
This one for sure. It's going to be a weird mood. A weird, I don't know what words I'm trying to find here, but so the election just happened.
Mm-hmm.
So we're still
reeling in from that.
That's the word. That we're fucked for the next 4 years, if not longer. So
I mean, we've done it once. I'm sure we can survive it again.
This is worse. I hope
it will be, yes, but I'm holding on to optimism here.
I really hope that we're proven wrong and that it's not as bad as that it has been told to us that it's going to be bad.
Yeah.
But if we're proven right, I know I'm reaching on this, but I really hope that the people responsible take accountability, but we know that's not going to happen.
No.
But because of all that, because of the election happening, because of all that bullshit,
Intersint is going international. We're out of here.
I've honestly, I've been, even a lot of people I've been talking to, they're looking into other countries and...
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't blame them.
Apparently, a friend was saying one of her friends already bailed and went to Canada just recently.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's a lot of people are just jumping the Titanic at this point. And I mean, because of that, the election and stuff, I tried finding funny stuff that we could talk about, and it's all
same.
election stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we don't want to cover that.
No, we just want to stay away from having anything political on our feed, I guess.
Aside from this beginning conversation, this is
right, but we need to address it.
Yeah, we do. So because of that, it might be weird because just finding things to even make fun of is going to be difficult for a while.
Right.
So yeah, I guess just bear with us. We're trying to get through, and this one might be off. We're trying to stay optimistic, trying to get that happy energy, but that's even difficult right now.
Yeah, we got this.
Yeah. Like you said, let's just buy our own private island and...
Oh, wouldn't that be so nice, though?
Make our own little colony.
I would so love to do that.
It depends on how little of an island we're talking here.
Yeah, I'm sure there are some deserted islands somewhere that we can build something on.
Although, I thought about this. If you lived on an island, imagine when hurricane season starts.
True.
You are just a fly that is just going to get wiped out immediately.
Well, who's to say that we're going to be in hurricane territory for an island?
That is true. Because we don't get hurricanes on the West Coast.
No.
Or it is very rare that we do.
I mean, I think we do. It's just more in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
And they're called typhoons.
Is that what that is?
Yes.
What is the difference between a typhoon and a hurricane?
It's the same thing. It's just depending on where it's originated from.
That's stupid. I don't like that.
We should actually look that up.
We don't need different words for the same thing.
So, quick Google search. If it's above the North Atlantic, Central North Pacific, or Eastern North Pacific Oceans, we call it a hurricane. If it's over the Northwest Pacific Ocean, so on our side, it's a typhoon. That's right.
That's dumb. Congrats on being right, but that is dumb. We don't need multiple words for the same thing, just depending on where it's at.
And then in the Indian Ocean, they're called cyclones.
I always thought these things were different for some reason.
I knew hurricane and typhoons were the same thing. I thought cyclones were more like a tornado.
Well, I mean, I was just about to bring that up. Technically, yeah, tornadoes are just hurricanes on land. So we do have a different word for that.
I don't like it. Let's just call it one thing.
Or I'm on board with tornado on land, hurricane on water. Those are the
angry winds.
And the angry clouds.
Yes.
I've always wanted to see one.
A hurricane?
Tornado, preferably.
Same.
Just in the distance. If I'm a safe distance away and in the background on the horizon, I see the tornado going by, that would be... I don't know why. I just always wanted to see one in person.
What's that one other thing that happens in the Midwest? Dust something.
Dust devil?
That's a vacuum.
Is it?
I think. Dirt devil?
No, dust devil. Yeah, I was right.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, there's dust bowls.
Dust bowls?
Oh, it was a period of drought. Never mind. And dust storms.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all I've seen are black and white images here. Yeah, dust devils are the mini tornado things that aren't actually dangerous to you. They just like they show up and they're like, whoa, and then they go away. And
Whee!
I think I saw a video once of it may have been like a chicken. And it's just walking around, and like there's a little dust devil going, and the chicken walks into the dust devil and like spins around, and then just like comes out the other side all dizzy.
That's like a cow thing that you see in cartoons.
With tornadoes.
Yeah. Why? Like, why is that a thing?
Why do we start that? Like the cow's getting sucked
Honestly,
up.
yeah.
It has to happen. Imagine if you're far away, nowhere even close to a tornado, and then a cow flies through your fucking house. It just crashes through the windows.
I was going to say it crashes through the roof.
Like you're just sleeping and then you hear a crash and you go to...
Has that happened?
Oh man. If it hasn't, that is remarkable.
So it has.
Really?
But I don't think... It wasn't a tornado, but a cow wandered away from its pasture, climbed up on the roof, and it just crashes through and it killed a Brazilian man who was asleep next to his wife.
So it just went up on a cliff and jumped through the house.
It climbed on a house and just crashed through because of the weight. It's 3,000 pounds.
Cows are that heavy?
Apparently. How heavy is a cow?
I'm looking up. My car is 3,800 pounds. So you're saying a cow is as heavy as my car? It's
almost the same weight as a car. What's the heaviest animal?
A whale, right? Like without even looking it up, it has to be
like a sperm whale.
So okay,
the Antarctic blue whale, 400,000 pounds.
Oh my god, that is just too massive.
A blue whale can weigh as much as 40 elephants or 3 T-Rexes.
3 T. Wait, how do we know how big T-Rex is?
I love how we can measure anything except the metric system in America. Like we know off the top of our heads how much an elephant weighs.
Yeah, like screw the kilogram and stuff. It's like, how much does that weigh? 5 T-Rexes?
How much is a T-Rex? 500 chickens?
Yeah, and how do we know how heavy a T-Rex was? We didn't have scales. Trying to lure a T-Rex onto a scale to see how much he weighed.
Have you seen like those artist renderings of like how archaeologists don't really know what dinosaurs look like and it's all just a projection?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. Because like they were doing like a hippopotamus and it was like based off what dinosaurs we did for dinosaurs. If we took a hippopotamus skeleton and did the same thing, it does not look like a hippopotamus.
No. I think I learned that early on. Before we get too far away, a cow weighs 1,400 pounds. So half of what you said.
This was a giant fat ass cow.
Oh, yeah, it must have been.
Because this article says 3,000 pounds.
Whew. That is a big cow.
That's a big cow.
But yeah, I learned that early on whenever I was a kid that they pretty much just like found bones and they just kind of Legoed them back together.
Pretty much, yeah.
And then it's just like, okay, so we found leg bones here and then we found a torso up here. It must be the same creature. So let's put it back together. Mm-hmm. Imagine going back in time to seeing the dinosaurs and nothing looks at all to what we thought they were. And they're even more terrifying in like real life.
I mean, I guess some of them could be accurate just because a lot of it was preserved as it was.
Yeah. Or they're just more cute and you're like, oh my god, this is the cutest thing in the world.
Meanwhile, they're the scariest looking thing you've seen.
Yeah, it's just like, the movie's got this all wrong. What was your favorite dinosaur? Did we talk about that?
I had this conversation at work months ago.
Of course.
I think I forget what I said, but it had like feathers and everything on it. I want to say it was like a velociraptor with feathers.
Okay. Well, you know that's what they think everything was, right?
Feathers.
Yeah, we always look at them as reptilian, but they're actually more like
fuzzy.
Yeah, fluffy.
More bird-like, I guess.
Yeah. They were all just giant birds running around eating things. Mm-hmm. Mine was always the Ankylosaurus.
I used to love that thing as a kid.
I couldn't tell you
With
why.
a little giant steel ball thing at the end.
And that might be the reason why I loved it. It has a club for a tail. That's awesome. I don't know why. I just like that's always been stuck in my head. Ankylosaurus is like the coolest one.
There's one bird, like flying one.
Pterodactyl?
No, but it was like very majestic looking.
You know what I'm just realizing? Now looking at the Ankylosaurus things, this isn't like 100%. But tell me that this is not like the new, like the evolution down from Ankylosaurus.
Oh shit! Armadillos?
Well, armadillos too. Yes, this is a pangolin, which is what the Pokemon Sandshrew was based off of. Because when I did the search, I typed in Sandshrew, and I'm like, wait, that's a Pokemon. That's not.
Yeah, no, I see it.
Here's a better view to like. That looks like an Ankylosaurus.
Oh yeah, definitely. But Ankylosaurus was a part like of a. There was like 3 different kinds of animals that had like weapons attached to them.
Really?
I remember reading this book in school like as a kid, and I forget. Like there were 2 other animals that had like weapons.
We just had like real life battle bots just with animals, pretty much. I mean, would teeth count as a weapon or claws?
No, like an actual like steel thing on its body.
I don't recall this at all. I used to be, you probably were the same. I was obsessed with dinosaurs as a kid.
I wasn't, but I have 2 brothers who were.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I just think it's really cool that, like, we just had these giant creatures running around annihilating each other.
I guess that's why little boys like dinosaurs.
Annihilation and carnage.
Yes. Destroy. I used to have a dinosaur game as a kid, though. That was really fun to play.
Dude, just on what console?
PC. It was like one of the back in the day where like all the games were on discs.
Oh man, yeah, I do remember that. I had my little binder of like CD games.
Yep. It was that and Midtown Madness for me.
I never played Midtown Madness.
Really?
No.
Wow. That used to be my shit as a kid. Like every time I come home from school, I spend like 5 hours playing Midtown Madness.
That's hilarious.
I used to love that game. Because there was like, you could do like just cruise around whatever city. Because I think I had Midtown Madness too. So it was London and San Francisco.
Oh, yeah.
You could just cruise around. And there was like, I think it was like Blitz and Circuits were 2 other levels that you could like, or 2 different other game types you could play. And if you do Circuits, you unlock all the other cars. And so I made it my mission to unlock every single car on there. Yeah.
I was actually thinking about that of when we were kids, we didn't have many games. So it's just like, you perfected that game that you really liked.
Oh, yeah. The one thing I did, because like, it was that and Flash games.
Oh, I lived off of Flash games.
So I spent, after completing Midtown Madness, I was like, okay, I like this. Spent my time on Mini Club. I don't know if you played on that.
I don't think so, no. I don't.
Okay, mine was...
What was all on that?
Just like the same type of games of like action adventure, racing, like different libraries of games.
Oh, okay.
And then there was addicting games.
That was mine. Just addicting games all day, every day.
Yep. But there used to be this one game. It was called Redline Rumble.
Yep.
And I hated how you played it too.
Yep.
Yeah. I did not know that.
I always played Redline Rumble.
I hated that game too, only because there was this one card that I cannot absolutely get for the life of me, no matter how hard I tried.
I love how the whole Flash game thing just turned into mobile apps now.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything we loved about that era is just now on our phones.
See, now I don't play it because it's on my phone.
Yeah. There's something special about it.
Something special about
just the Flash games, just the...
Well, I feel like it was more just sitting at the computer, just wasting time on there.
That too, but it's just like one person just working on this one little thing that is not good graphics. It's not.
No, absolutely not.
Not a good soundtrack. It's just a fun game. Now we have like just these giant corporations making these apps that like remember your childhood. It's like, this isn't the same.
No, because like The controls suck. And then for me, it can't hold my attention for longer than 5 minutes.
Oh, speaking of, there is now a new Pokemon game on phone. You've been playing Pokemon Go.
I recently started playing Pokemon Go after a friend from work was like, hey, do you play Pokemon Go? We have a separate Discord channel for it. I'm like, no, but... And then I was like, no, but she's like, download it right now. So I re-downloaded it. And so every now and then I'll go out for a walk and just see what Pokemon I can find.
Go exploring. Gotta catch them all.
Pokemon go to the pools.
So there's a new one where you literally just open up card packs.
Oh.
So it's just like you go in, it's like, oh, you have a new pack available you can open, and then you rip open the top, and then you pull out the cards, and you swipe through the cards to see what cards you got.
That's no fun.
It's actually not too, like, it's not something you're going to be spending hours on each day. So it's just, you open it up, and it's just 5-6 minutes of your day that you're like, ooh, I got a really cool Zapdos.
Oh.
And a really cool Charmander. And I'm like, okay, this is really neat.
I wonder if at some point those would be NFTs.
What happened to NFTs?
I don't know.
That just died. No one talks about that anymore.
I remember back in 2021 or whatever, it blew up.
Yeah.
And everybody was making NFTs.
Yep. That one guy who started it all became a multi-millionaire overnight, pretty much. And now once people realize that Control C exists, the NFTs just died. Do you remember how angry people got? Is you can't save my picture. I bought this. It's
people started watermarking it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say there was just the physicality of ripping ripping open a fresh pack of Pokemon cards.
No, I get that 100%. My thought about it is I'm not spending money, so it's
that I guess is true.
I'm not wasting my entire paycheck on buying cards.
Do you still have yours?
I'm gonna be honest, I never had Pokemon cards.
Wow.
I know.
Aww.
I was poor. So
I mean, I was too.
At school, I would, during recess, everyone was playing their Pokemon card game, and I was just the kid who was there watching because I didn't have any cards to play with anyone.
I would have given you my cards.
I'm pretty sure someone gave me 1 or 2 cards just to have, but no, I don't have those anymore.
Yeah, and I grew up at a school where everyone was friends with each other. And so one of the kids saw I didn't have any, and he was like, here you go, because he had 5. And he gave me a pack of his, and I'm like, oh, yay, thank you. now I can join.
And I just missed out on that period of, I witnessed everyone else enjoying it.
Aww.
Yu-Gi-Oh, though.
I was gonna bring up Yu-Gi-Oh. I had Yu-Gi-Oh as well.
I bought Yu-Gi-Oh cards for sure.
What was your most prized one?
The Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
Mm-hmm.
I never had any super fancy ones.
You never had Blue Eyes White Dragon?
I don't think I had Blue Eyes White Dragon. I did have a Dark Magician though, and
Ooh,
Dark Magician was
I think I had 2 of those.
My favorite.
Aw.
What was yours?
There was a red one. Slife for the Sky Dragon.
I don't even remember what that one looked like. Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
That was the wasn't that the God card or something?
I think so.
There's 3 God cards, and I think that was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
You had that?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because my friend had 2, and then he was like, I will give you this.
Wow.
As long as you don't trade it anywhere else.
That's a good friend right there.
Yeah.
Do you still have it?
It's probably somewhere in storage, I think.
If it's in good condition, you could be sitting on some good money probably.
See, that's the one thing. I think a long time ago, I got rid of a lot of my cards.
Oh no.
So I don't even know what I had, but I feel like I still have some of these.
I tried it because there's an app now on phone for, I think it's Dual Links or something for Yu-Gi-Oh.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many systems now in that game that is just so confusing to what actually is happening. Like, it's not the basic game anymore where it's just attack, defend, and you can join two of them together to make one bigger guy.
Oh, okay.
Now it's like you have all that, but then there's like 5 other systems in play that you could do stuff, and cards that do special things when you do. It's like, it's too much. You went too far.
I think I found a set of Yu-Gi-Oh cards when I was out shopping with my mom for back to school.
Like, as a kid?
Yeah. I was like, oh, I need to pick this up now.
Yeah.
I might be rich.
You need to look now. I want to see if you have.
That requires me going into a shed, but yes.
Taking everything out to find one
Pretty
thing.
much.
To find one card that you have.
Oh, I love the shiny ones too.
The holographic.
Yeah.
The shiny ones.
The shiny ones.
But aside from all that, we finally got to do something that we've been looking forward to. I mean, we've been looking forward to Blink-182 for
a year.
Pretty much the entire year.
Yep.
But aside from that, we finally got to go see Enter Shikari.
We did. And we've also waited, like 6 months for that?
Oh, I know. And it flew up so fast.
I am still shocked that we got to see them. And up close.
Yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know who they are a British band that almost never comes to the States.
No. They're always doing European tours.
Yeah. Or like Australia, Mexico.
Yeah.
They'll get close to the US, but they never actually go into the US.
No, exactly. And then if they do, it's like very select cities and none of them is Seattle.
Nope. They never like actually go on giant tours because they had that East Coast one and it was like 5 places, if that.
Yeah.
So we saw that, they're coming to Seattle. We hopped on. I didn't even give it a second thought. It was like,
oh no. I sent you that link and I'm like, I'm buying this right now.
Yeah, there's no hesitation. We needed to get those tickets.
Mm-hmm.
We get there. There's no line.
Yeah.
We walk in and we're early. So they're like, hey, you can get inside, but you can only go to the bar. You can't actually get into the venue.
Right.
The doors open. And so they're like, hey, anyone who has Class 1 tickets, you can go now. And you and I look at each other like, what the fuck are you talking about? Class 1 tickets?
Yeah, right.
So like 5 people go up. And they get to go into the venue. And then the guy's like, all right, now we're taking Class 2. And there's other people too who are like, what are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're all confused of what this even means. When did concerts become like airplanes?
Not even that. When did concerts become like, oh, you're elite, you go first?
Yeah. We were all very confused. So then Class 2 goes, and then he's like, Class 3. No one moves, and we're all looking at each other like, do you know what a class number is? Like, we don't have a class number. So he's like, all right, I guess everyone else come on. We were able to go in. We stood in line, got merch, and we got up to the gates, like the barrier.
Yeah.
So those people who bought like Class 1 tickets probably paid like $100 more.
Probably.
For what? You got into the venue 30 seconds faster than everyone else?
Yeah, because we were like not even first in line for merch.
No.
Either when we got called up.
Nope. We were... How mad would you have been if we paid for that like exclusive thing only to be let in 30 seconds longer and then nothing else changed?
I would have been pissed off, especially if I didn't get anything else in that package.
I wonder if you had to have.
There
was no way. It was just getting in early.
There's probably like some lanyard or something, or like a pass that you get to keep or whatever.
Right.
Has to be. Guaranteed has to be.
Because if it was just 30 seconds before anyone else, that's not worth it at all.
No.
So yeah, easily top show I've ever been to.
Oh yeah.
Even better than Blink-182. Someone at work was like, what kind of music are they? And I'm like, everything. It's anyone who hasn't listened to them, is techno, dubstep, house, drum and bass, rap, rock, pop rock, metal, hardcore, all fused together into one. So
pretty much, yeah.
With spoken word on top of that. So it's like,
yes.
You can't describe what they are. They are just a band.
Just everything. They're an everything band.
Yeah. But so then we're leaving.
I wanted to grab a set list or something from like the band. We were like staying until the very end while they were like packing up.
Security was pretty much pushing us out because we weren't leaving.
Yeah.
And we're waiting in the merch line, and a lady comes up beside you, and she's like, "Oh yeah, we're cleaning off the stage, and they left behind one of the set lists. What do I do with it?" Literally right next to you. Right next to you, and you're just zoned out, just staring into nothing. And I'm like staring at like this lady, I'm listening to the conversation, like, okay, what are they gonna say? And the other lady's like, oh, yeah, just give it to someone then. And I pushed you out of the way because like I heard this whole conversation going, and I'm like waving my hand like, oh, and then they already handed it to someone else. Like I was trying to get up there to get it for you.
Aww.
Because you were just oblivious to everything happening.
Like everything else in my life.
You're just in your own happy world, just staring up into space.
Getting off that concert high.
I'm listening to this conversation like, can I grab this right now? But why were we waiting in line at the merch table at the end of this night?
So, I really wanted something after that show. Even during that show. At the merch table, they were selling signed, like autographed drumsticks and a drum head. And I'm like, in the back of my mind, during the show, I completely forgot about it.
I honestly didn't even see it on the table when we were looking at merch.
I saw it, but I was like, oh, maybe that's just decoration, or like they're not for sale, and it's just to like lure people in or whatever.
Oh, that's probably why I ignored it. I probably did see it. I'm like, oh yeah, just decoration.
Went back after the show, and I was like, okay, how much is the drum head for? He's like, 300.
We should point out you were mentally ready to spend $200 on the drumsticks.
I was, yeah.
So then we thought we're assuming that the drum head was also 200, and you're like, okay, cool, I'm gonna get the drum head for 200. Then when you said 300, I could see it in your brain of like, I wasn't expecting $100 more.
In my head, it was just like, do I do this? Do I not? And then without even thinking, I was like, okay, let's do it.
And then he's like, okay, cool, that will be cash only. And then you just like, you didn't say anything. You just sat there and stared. I'm like,
I don't have that kind of money on me right now.
Who would be bringing $300 to a show?
Not even a show. Downtown.
That too, yeah. But who's going? But I just mean you're going to be there because of the show,
right?
So who's walking in there like, oh, I'm going to bring $500 with me in cash, like,
yeah.
No
We're at a place where you're going to be like jumping around, or like, say if you're one of those people like get into a mosh pit or a crowd surf or whatever. Who in their right mind is doing that?
Exactly. Unless you're putting something up on social media that says, hey, these are going to be for sale for cash only, so people could prepare ahead of time. So you got it, and the guy did managed to get it for credit only.
Yes.
You even asked me, would you ever buy this? And I said, no.
Would you ever buy it if you had disposable money?
If I had enough disposable money, then yes. But
see, I still do because I'm at home.
That is very true.
This is why I need to do the things I want to do without any financial repercussion as like while I'm still here.
Be as financially irresponsible as you can until you move out. And then once you move out, oh, I'm having rice all day.
Hey,
that's all I can afford.
I wouldn't complain about that.
Oh, me neither. There's that Mitch Hedberg joke that was like, I love eating rice because I love eating 1,000 things at a time. Because rice is so small.
See, that's what it was, where it was going.
But speaking of small things.
All the small things.
Nope.
Who cares?
We're past the Blink-182 phase. I don't think people realize how much you do this on a daily basis.
I do it every single day. It's gotten to the point where if we're on a call, I will belt out with any random lyric of a song that's in my head.
It's just Kaneez karaoke at any given time. Like, it's
brain cell karaoke.
It's just more like a jukebox. Like, you'll be on a song and then there's like we get through that, and then anytime there's like a lull in the conversation that we're talking about, and there's some silence, I'm like, here comes the song, and then boom, then the song comes right in and you start singing again. You just switch up the songs, and it's not like you do the entire song. You do like 2 lines.
Select lyrics, yeah.
Yeah.
I've started doing that at work, where I'll just like start singing random shit.
It's like a prairie dog. You sing the lyrics, and like you pop your head up above the cube to see who heard you.
But before all that, you had something to say before I completely obliterated your train of thought with music.
As you always do.
Yes, that's my job.
Last week, which before we were even recording this, we couldn't remember what we talked about last week. And one of the things that we remembered was goldfish and how there's different flavors. Mm-hmm. So I went to the store and I'm like, okay, I need to remember. You told me about pretzel goldfish. Yes. I really want to try these pretzel goldfish.
They're just pretzels.
Oh, is that all it is?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
The disappointment in your face. I should not have told you that.
Well, to be fair, I love pretzels as a snack.
That's true.
So, I mean, I might like them.
You like them.
I had to first figure out what aisle they would be in. Because it's either in like the chip aisle or the snack aisle, which are two different things. So I'm like, is it a chip or is it a snack? And it's like,
it'd be in the snack aisle.
Technically both. Yeah, so I went down both, found them in the snack aisle. Cool. And I'm looking through every single goldfish variety. They have like vanilla cupcake goldfish.
Yeah, I told you about that.
Well, then I forgot because I saw that and I was staring at it.
I told you that on the last episode. I was like, they had s'mores flavored vanilla cupcake.
S'mores. The s'more, I'm like, I almost bought the s'mores because I was curious. But I'm like, that doesn't sound good at all.
I couldn't tell you. I never had it.
Unless it was like, wasn't the cracker part at all. It was just a s'more, like, it was graham cracker with, oh, actually, that's probably what it is now that I'm talking out loud. That might actually be delicious. I worked that through my brain just now. And
yay.
They didn't have any pretzel goldfish. I looked and I stood in that aisle for a good 10 minutes staring at every single bag to make sure I wasn't skipping over it. And they have like saltine goldfish, for crying out loud. Mm-hmm. Why do they not have the pretzel ones right next to the saltine ones? So this is something I am going to be on the search for.
Yeah.
But as always with my shopping experiences lately, weird things always happen.
Of course.
I got everything I needed and I'm checking out and I'm like beeping along and it's like, oh, wait, your stuff will load.
You're beeping along.
And then I hear, oh, is that Mike? And I'm at the store. Why would anyone talk to me? Mm-hmm. It's still going, oh, that looks like a Mike. Oh, is that Mike? I'm like, by the third or fourth time, I'm like, what the hell is going on? And I'm looking around like, is someone saying my name? And I look up and there's an old guy who I work with standing in front of me, staring at me over the self-checkout thing like, hey, Mike. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I said hi to him. I'm like, oh, hi. It's weird that I'm seeing you outside of work, but carry on now. Go work.
I ain't go away.
Anytime I see anyone from work in a store, or like the one time you and I went to the mall and I saw someone from work.
You took me and turned me around and we were like, we're going this way now.
We are going in the opposite direction. I'm not getting into a conversation with this person. We are not in work. I do not want to talk to you. And all that. And then I get outside and the most, as we talked about, my NPC bullshit that goes on in my life.
That I feel like is an every week thing at this point.
Not every week, but it's
the majority
more common than it needs to be. I'm walking to my car and there's a giant truck, like a lifted truck. You can already
small dick energy. Yeah, go ahead.
You can imagine what the people look like who drive this truck. They're outside talking about something. They have the southern accents. Mm-hmm. Go figure. It's par for the course.
Yeah, yeehaw.
Yeah. And they're in the back. They're arguing about something or complaining about something. I can't recall. And they're talking about maybe a generator in the back of the truck. That's important here in a second. So they're putting in their groceries. They have a bunch of cases of soda going in. I think bags of bread, and they're just tossing them in the back. Cool. Everything's all loaded. I'm in my car, get my car started, and I think may have sent you a text, or I'm looking through my phone or something. And I'm so glad I waited to drive out because they were leaving in front of me and I'm parked like somewhat behind them. They turn on their truck and instead of going backwards like a normal human being, they decide to go forward up over the concrete curb because in front of them was another parking space that was open. So they had to go over 2 concrete curbs to then leave and exit. Obviously, you're in a lifted truck. Let's do lifted truck shit and not follow parking lot rules. So I'm watching this and he goes, slow over the first one, like a speed bump. Second one, he's like, we don't need to go slow. He pops over it, and there's soda in the back of the truck that they put in. So the back end pops over the curb, slams down, a fountain of soda pours out of the tailgate, coming through the cracks and seams of the truck.
That is hilarious.
Because every can of soda exploded. They have bread back there. They have all these other foods and boxes of foods. On top of, I think, a generator.
That is hilarious.
Everything is now caked in soda. And as they're driving off, a waterfall of soda is just pouring out of the back, leaving a trail.
Did they notice?
No, they just kept driving. They had no clue that this happened.
You had balls to follow them.
They were gone by the time, like, because they're in a truck, they got to go fast and speed through the parking lot and get out of there. So they flew out of there, and I'm in shock. I'm like, there's people next to me getting into their car, and I look over at them, like, and look back at that, like, did you see that? Did anyone else witness this?
Did they look back at you?
No, they were just minding their own business. I'm just like invested in this story of like, I want to follow them back home to get the reaction of when they open up the tailgate and everything is sticky and wet from the soda.
Oh, I really wish you did. Because if you texted me that, I would have been like, okay, I don't even care you're not home yet.
It's one of these things. I've been talking about getting a dash cam. I wanted a dash cam for that one specific moment.
You're convincing me to connect mine now?
Yeah, because you never know what you're gonna. You could catch two rednecks flooding out their truck with soda.
Oh, could you imagine the views on that if you got that on video and put it on social media? Oh,
the way, all those views. Oh, just thinking about that.
And to get TikTok famous.
Gotta get that TikTok famous. I don't get it.
Get what?
Why I keep running into these scenarios that my life hasn't been this way. I
don't get why I don't. I would have loved to see that.
I've just had the strangest moments.
What's so special about you?
Nothing.
Exactly. You're the most generic person in the world.
Damn right, you're generic. Generic white guy. You just want me to stand here T-posing in the corner. Honestly, like, this stuff never really happens, so I don't know what is going on with my life now, where it's like, let's just throw these NPCs at you.
I think the universe is like, this guy's life is way too boring. Let's spice it up a little.
You're not wrong, I will say. And it is. Thank you, universe, because it has been boring, so thank you for the little chuckles.
Chuckles.
Is that a millennial word
I don't know.
Or a boomer word?
We've established you're a boomer no matter what.
Boomer mentality in a millennial body.
Yes.
You're the Gen Z mentality in a millennial body.
Yes.
But yeah, so we have an update on our girl ray gun.
We do. Apparently, I think it was like 3 or 4 days ago, she was like, I'm never breakdancing again.
Oh, wow.
You guys, after the whole Olympics thing, and after how we all, as a society, collectively shamed her, she has decided that she is never going to breakdance ever again.
That's sad.
Yeah. Like, we publicly shamed her to the point of giving up.
To be fair, though, she was just a teacher, right?
She was a teacher, yes, but she also had plans of, like, doing like the whole breakdancing thing in public on the side. But now, like, they interviewed her and she's like, yeah, I'm not doing that again. Only my partner will be seeing this inside the privacy of our home.
Wow.
I'm like, now I feel so bad for her.
I get it. Not everyone's the same. I would have taken it and ran with it.
I would have, yeah.
But I get, like, yeah, I can see why it was a sensitive thing.
Yeah. I just feel so bad for her now. You guys.
The internet bullied someone into doing something? What a shock. Where's the surprise Pikachu gif? The internet is built on bullying people.
It is, yeah. Hopefully she finds something that will get her back into it.
Honestly, you know what it, like, the way I look at it, and maybe this is what she's doing. You just practice at home, don't show anyone, get incredibly good, and then on your next public
comeback.
Yeah, your next public thing, people are gonna be like, oh, is she gonna do her moves? And then you just blow everyone away of how good you are.
Maybe that's what she should do.
That's the greatest way you can turn around.
Oh yeah. But then again, with the breakdancing not being in the Olympics anymore. It's like...
Well, yeah, but just like a breakdancing competition.
Yeah, local.
It's crazy to me how that, like, competition like that even exists.
What do you mean, like a breakdancing competition?
Yeah, like people on stage with like giant crowds who pay to see like these two teams battle it out.
Into beatboxing competitions way back in the day. To the point where you like showed me stuff and I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Oh man, I have this habit of getting addicted
into things.
To things very easily.
To the point they become obsessions, yes.
Where I'm just watching it all the time.
Very short period of time, they become obsessions, and then you just give up on it, like,
and move on to something
on
else.
On a random day, yeah. Are all guys like that? Because my brother's the same way.
Oh, really? Like what?
Like back in the day, it was like skateboarding, soccer, back to skateboarding, to magic tricks, to card tricks, back to soccer, skateboarding again, card tricks again. And now I don't know what it is now.
I mean, okay, for hobbies or something like that, I'm the same. I think it's like an ADD thing of like, oh, let's go and just keep doing everything.
Do something.
Yeah, do something. Doesn't matter what it is. With videos, though, it's a whole different thing where, like, when I found the beatboxing thing, I was obsessed with the beatboxing videos and, like, the competitions for, what, 6-7 months?
Probably, yeah.
And then one day I was just like, yeah, I'm bored of this. And then before that, there's a game called Osu, or Os, I think is how you type it. It's a rhythm game where you use your mouse to go into bubbles at the timing of the songs. I randomly found that on YouTube one day. Like, it was like, oh, you might be interested in the Osu World Finals or whatever. I'm like, what the hell does that even mean? So I click on it and I'm watching this competition between countries. And by the end of this, like, 4-hour stream, like, when the final match is, like, someone make a mistake, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Like, I'm into this. I'm like, I'm watching it. I'm like getting hyped for these teams I have no clue about. I think after the beatboxing thing, it was Brawl Stars for a long time.
It was, yes.
And then there's the Japanese cooking shit channels that I was obsessed with for a while.
You were obsessed with like cooking channels in general for a while.
Yeah, but also just the Japanese ones as well. They like.
You saved like a few videos.
ASMR cooking channels.
I would love to see your FBI guy.
Oh my God. He's like, what is he addicted to today?
What now?
I don't have any videos right now, like genre of videos that I'm addicted to right now.
Because you have other shit to worry about now.
I know, I'm so busy with everything else.
I guess that's a good thing.
It's keeping me so busy that I can't become addicted to another video set. Even I found myself being addicted to like the reaction channels, which I absolutely hate with a passion.
Reaction channels.
Like people who just watch music videos and be like, oh, that was a good song.
Oh, and react to it?
Yeah.
Those have been popping up on my TikTok every once in a while.
I absolutely hate it. It's the laziest form of media.
It is, but then for some reason they make it look so interesting.
Yeah, and that's why I became addicted to it. And I'm like, I hate you. Why am I watching you?
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I don't either. Because I think for me it was like, oh, millennials react to 90s songs.
Oh, I
or like
absolutely
90s
hate
hits.
that.
I was like, I think it just automatically popped up on my YouTube, like, because I wasn't paying attention of what the next video would play.
Oh, yeah.
So that popped up. I think I was like prepping lunches or doing something in the kitchen. So I was like, okay, whatever. I don't even care. I'm not even listening to half this shit right now.
Right.
But the songs played. I'm like, ooh. I like the song.
Your monkey brain was like, oh, I like that.
Hey, excuse me?
We all have monkey brains.
My monkey brain?
You never heard that before?
No.
It's like whenever someone...
That's very derogatory considering my color.
Don't be that person.
I will.
You never heard that before? Like the monkey brain of like being entertained by the simplest thing. And it's like your primal instincts are like, ooh, I like this. And just like, you're happy about it.
I've never heard that, no.
Oh.
Thanks.
It has nothing to do with the color of your skin.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But that got me sucked down a rabbit hole of like just watching those videos. Because I was like, ooh, what else would they react to?
Did you get to the grandmas react to stuff?
Yeah. There was a video that was like Blink 182 reacts to like millennials react to Blink 182.
That's the funny. See, that's where it turns the tide, because whenever it just becomes so meta.
Reacception.
Yeah. Whereas like the band watching this, reacting to the band watching this, reacting to the band watching this is like, that's hilarious.
I like that, yeah. But it's really cool to see like they got Blink-182 on their video.
Yeah. It's like that Bo Burnham skit, remember?
Which one?
From
Inside?
Inside, yeah. He does a video or a song, and then the next bit is he's like, "Hey guys, I'm just here and I'm gonna be watching the last song you could just listen to." And so then he puts up the song that you just listened to onto the screen.
Oh, yeah.
And he reacts to it. And then the next one is his reacting of him reacting to the reaction, and then just keeps going on and up and on. But yeah, so
we had a few more things to talk about, but this is running long.
It is, and I feel like that was a good episode. I hope that it wasn't too down.
I don't think it was.
No.
I honestly forgot about everything for that last half hour or hour and a half.
Oh, okay, good. Then we did a good job.
Woo!
So yeah, if you like that episode, be sure to rate, comment, subscribe, go follow all of our socials over at Intersint Pod, and we will see you next week.
Yar!
Yar.
Woo!
You didn't do your bye.
Oh, bye!